Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Sunshine.
Hey, Sunshine.
Hey, Sunshine.
Hello.
All right, as you're coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's start a watch party while we listen to this awesome beat. Hey, Sunshine. Welcome. I am so excited. You can't help but to move to that music. All right. Thank you so much for joining and welcome, 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 my sunshines. Come on and get you a speaker. Me right now. Everybody at 10:33 and I'm getting text messages. But come on in. Let's start a watch party. And because we want to get this word out. We are here with two heroes today, and I'm so honored and I'm so thankful that they agreed to join me on Conversations with Celena. So before we get started, while we're sharing, I want to give our guests a moment to share their videos, and I'm going to ask Wendy to do the same thing. And we're going to go over, and we're going to give hold on. Something going on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give our sponsors their recognition today because I'm so thankful for them, and we will be right back. Start sharing. All right, all right. I hope that was enough time for you all to get you something to drink and to sit down and rest your nerves and start a watch party, because I know that you all have been waiting, just like I have, to speak to these young men that were aware. And that's what we're here today to do, is bring awareness, awareness, awareness. So let me introduce everyone that we have on here today. I have Wendy. She is with me, and she is an advocate for exploited sex trafficked women and children. And then, as you know, I have Brandon and Dion. Brandon Antoine and Dion Merrick. They were at the right place at the right time. So I'm going to let them come to you in their own way. You know me. I'm Celena, by the way. I'm Celena with Conversations with Celena, and that's what we're going to have today. We're going to have a conversation. It's not an interview. It's not formal. We're relaxed, and we're sitting back, and we're learning today. We're learning exactly what they did, what prompted them, what was the feeling afterwards, and how their life has changed. So I'm going to let Dion speak first, and then we'll give it over to Brandon. So, Dion, I'm going to take you off of mute. Okay, you're off of mute. Okay. So welcome, Dion. Welcome.
How's it going?
It is awesome. Thank you for joining. I'm so honored because let me tell you, you are everywhere. Y'all are just like famous. I went to go Google y'all today, and it's like you're over here, you're over there. So let me tell you, I am very, very honored to have you say yes. You did not hesitate when I asked you to please come on Conversations with Celena, and thank you. And thank you, Brandon. I appreciate the two of you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
For having us.
Can you all hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My mouth is big, but for some reason it seems like I'm yelling at y'all. Because that's what I do. Right, Wendy? Don't answer that. All right, Dion. So tell me, you're at work and you're just driving, doing what you do, probably listening to music, and you look over and you see a car. Is that what happened? What
Yes,
prompted you? What was the feeling, or was it a gut feeling? Did you know about this vehicle that was missing? Tell us how this all played out for you on Monday morning.
I got a Amber Alert over my phone, and basically having a description of the car, make, model, the suspect, and as well as the little girl. And basically, I seen the car pass the point where the car was, put my truck in reverse, blocked the driveway, but at the same time, I was calling 911. And I thank God I called 911. I popped my air brakes on my truck, and basically the suspect opened the door, and my partner Brandon, he recognized the guy's face, and we were still on the phone with the 911 operator. And basically, before we could hang up, they already had a deputy out from the sheriff department, the local sheriff department, and had basically arrested him. So I was just thankful that I was at the right place at the right time.
Amen.
Yes, well, we're all thankful about that. Let me let Brandon back in. Okay, there he is. So, so I got that same Amber Alert. We get those occasionally, and we go about our daily life, oblivious to what's going on to the left and the right, because we're so consumed with what we're doing. You said that you got your Amber Alert. Did you see the car turn off over there, or did you just happen to look, or you had that feeling that I need to just look over here to the left? And when you saw that car over in the field, you knew that was the car.
Yes, ma'am. When I looked over, and I was like, what's the car doing in the field? Normally it's like a pickup truck. Yeah, normally it's a pickup truck. Somebody's hunting because, it's pretty cold outside and it's hunting season. But for a car to actually be that deep in the woods was like a red flag or a sore thumb, and I just jumped in action and called the proper authority.
Right. Because from the video, it does look like you can kind of see it from the street. So he wasn't even like thinking enough to go deeper. He just pulled off up in there because you could see him from the road, correct?
Correct.
Wow. Well, I'm so thankful that you just jumped right straight to action and didn't continue to go, because look at the results. You saved, she is adorable. Every time I get to talking about it, I get chills because oh my God. Okay. Oh, Lord, she was a baby. She's 10 years old. So Brandon, Dion said that you recognized him. Where did you recognize the suspect from?
I know him. He from here. Me and him from the same area, and I kind of grew up with him.
And that area is New Iberia?
Yes, ma'am. New Iberia, Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay. So everything happened right there in your city, New Iberia.
No,
No,
actually,
ma'am.
the,
We
Because it said a
seen a
different
car in
county.
Calahuda.
Which county was it? I'm sorry.
it was in St. Martin Parish.
Calahuda.
Okay, St. Martin. So how far is that away from where you actually live?
Maybe about 25, 30 minutes.
So you were 30 minutes from home and you were able to recognize this suspect. So I did read that he was saying, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" So, like, was he unaware of what he had actually done to this child?
Basically, he was I think he was on some type of drugs, and like the deputies I talked to was responding by like saying like he was so full of these drugs that he was gonna once he started coming down, he'd have probably molested the little girl, and basically after he knew what he did to the little girl, he'd have probably killed her. But thank God she's alive.
She's
Amen.
alive. I mean, this is a success story. This is a happy ending to what could have been just a tragedy. So, but we're reliving or revisiting the accounts so that not to bring fear or anything, but awareness so that when we get these Amber Alerts on our phones, we'll know what to do going forward. We will know to look. We will know to act, not just look and be like, oh, that's a silver gray Nissan and keep going. If you're Amber Alert, and I did read that you have to have the tag number, you have to have the color of the vehicle. There are things that have to be checked off in order for them to actually put an Amber Alert out. Otherwise, they'll be looking for all silver Nissan. So that was also that they had the information and they were able to communicate that information so that you could save that little girl's life. So tell us, how has this changed your life?
It's changes dramatically. Basically everywhere I go, people noticing who I am. Me and Brandon, they're offering to buy us lunch. It's just a blessing just to actually do something positive for not only myself and Brandon, but for our community, because it made our community come together even stronger, knowing that they have people like us that actually cares about people that's not even related to each other.
Mm-hmm. And you all are fathers yourself, so that brings it even closer to home that this could have been my child, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So Brandon, what tell us what you have to say over there. Give us how it played
I'm
out for
just here
you that
alive.
Monday morning. Tell us how it played out for you.
Ma'am.
Tell us how Monday morning played out for you. Give us a recap of your Monday.
I just, well, basically, we was on trash route, and me and Mr. Maverick, we passed, and he noticed the car. He was like, "B, you seen what I just seen?" And when I was like, "What is that?" He was like, "A gray car." He said a gray car that was out on Amber Alert, but I never knew nothing about the gray car. All I knew was a black male, and Dion was like, "B, I don't think we could go any farther without checking to see if that's that car." So what we did, we backed up on the highway, and while backing up, he called 911, and we just blocked him in. And when he hit his air brakes, the door opened on the vehicle, and when the door opened, I noticed the dude, and I was like, "D, that's him."
Now, did you know that he had a history? Did you know that he was a registered sex offender when you said that's him, or did you just know him?
I just know him.
Because Dion,
I
he
just
had
know him.
that that county, right?
Say that again, ma'am?
He hadn't registered in that county, correct?
Yeah, in that parish, because in Louisiana we have parishes.
That's right.
Uh,
You
they,
parish.
they say he hasn't registered in like 6 years, and like for not to be registered that long, that's kind of the court system has to start because it doesn't make any sense to go 6 years without registering. Somebody should have drew a flag up and said something, basically,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes, like they said, you have to hold certain people accountable for certain things, and I feel like the court system needs to be held accountable
That's
for
right.
because that's like a violation for the community, because
It is.
basically you have somebody walking around us that we don't even know about, that is a sex offender, and you have children, babies, playing innocent, and it doesn't make any sense. Just put it like that. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. 6 years should not have passed and with nothing, no type of communication with him, no type of alert, just like they send out the Amber Alert, there should be an alert if a registered offender has not registered.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because normally it pass it's called like a flyer in the mail, and say if a sex offender moves in, like so many like an area around your house or anything, they send you a postcard saying such and such is a sexual offender and he stays at such and such address, and nobody receive anything, and like it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary.
Yeah, very scary.
When you think of how many are registered, that you could pull up a map and they're really all over the place, the ones that
Yes,
are
ma'am.
registered. So how many are slipping through the cracks that we don't even know about? So, so Brandon, you said you recognized him from the area. Did you know that that he was a sex offender, or did you think that of him? Had he given off any indication that he was someone that would mess with children? Or did he just seem like the guy next
No,
door?
ma'am. No, ma'am. That I didn't know,
Yeah.
but I know
So,
he just did a little job. He just did like 6 years before that, but I didn't know what it was for, and they said that was the reason.
wow. Huh.
So he served time before, Brandon?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what you guys did was awesome and admirable, and it was something that really should have been taken care of by the authorities. He shouldn't have went that long, and that wouldn't have happened. But thank God what y'all did in protecting that little girl. Can y'all tell us how she's doing? Have you spoken with her family or anything? Is she doing well?
Yeah, she's doing well,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
she's probably gonna have to go to like a little counseling, because to say that age where she's at, she knows a little bit, but at the same time, she's still innocent and stuff. So
Right.
she's basically going to go through a little therapy just to get back on track and everything, because that was a dramatic experience
Sure.
for a 10-year-old child. Because you got to think about it. A lot of people nowadays, just because they go through something in life, they want to mess up another person's life at a young age, and
Right.
that's a shame for people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hurt people. Hurt people.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do. Yes, they do. And like you said, Dion, we need to hold them accountable. So I think the system is so lenient on things. It seems like they're harsh on minor offenses, and then they're lenient on things that really should be stricter, So it's like we really need to reevaluate how the punishment is taking place, because it would stop if you made an example out of somebody. You know what I mean? If you made an example out of someone who was a sex offender or murderer or whatever their crime is, if you just slap them on the hand, it's going to continue to happen. So I feel like it's our responsibility to say, hey, this has got to stop. especially when it comes to these innocent children being exploited and sex trafficked. And Wendy has some information that she wants to share about that, so that again we can get out the awareness. If we know better, guess what? We
We
should
do
do
better.
better. And that's why
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
here, because you two took action, whereas some people would have just kept going and said, "Oh, that might have been the car because that looked like a Nissan. You know, that looked like the car that I got on my Amber that I received on my Amber Alert." But you didn't do that, and so I'm so thankful that you had that gut feeling that you said, "Let's back up, let's block him in." After you saw that that was the car, that was the tag. And then Brandon, I was able to identify him. So that is just amazing. And y'all have no idea. I'm so thankful and honored that y'all came to tell your story with me. And we're going to give
Thank
you two a break and let Wendy come with some of the information that she wants to share. And I'm going to, as she's speaking, I'm going to put Brandon and Dion's Cash App at the bottom, and there's also a GoFundMe that has been established for them. I'm going to share that information as well. But right now, I'm going to put their Cash App. Brandon, make sure that I have it correct. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Let's see. Is that correct, Brandon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Thank you. Dion shared it with me. Okay, so Wendy, you go ahead. Pretty
Well, first,
girl.
I wanted to say too that this can be a lesson to all of us to whenever we're going about our daily lives, just driving to work, doing whatever we're doing, to let it be a lesson to just make our life be slow enough that we can pay attention to these kind of things, because a lot of times we're so zoned and focused on what we're doing and where we're going that we don't even take time to notice anything else, much less an Amber Alert. You know, especially if you pull up your phone on an Amber Alert and it says a location, last seen location. If it's a couple of hours away, most people will just totally dismiss it. I got the Amber Alert too. I opened it up, I saw that it wasn't close to my area, and I closed the phone. So, but you were 25 minutes away from your area, and y'all were able to catch him. So just that you were outside of your own little world and your awareness and able to help her. It's just a lesson to all of us to be able to slow down and take the time to think outside of ourselves and be willing to get involved, because a lot of times people are not willing to get involved. Even if they think something might be a little off, most of the time people don't want to get involved, and
Mhm.
it's somebody else's problem. Somebody else will come and somebody else will make the call. That's most of the time that's what happens, and that's why these children don't get to go back home, and then they end up getting exploited for years if they're not, killed right away. um, so I had a few things. I mean, that I wanted to bring some awareness to sex trafficking and just some things that people can go to get more aware of it. um, so there's like TED Talks that you can go to one of them is how to spot human trafficking. Another TED Talk is the face of human trafficking. There is Operation Underground Railroad, which is a national. It's Operation Rescue, where they rescue sex traffic victims. And I was listening to one of the victims talking, and she was saying, like, now she actually lived in the house with the person who was her trafficker, her handler, and she would go to school every day. And one of the things that she said was she was told not to go to school. Now, she had witnessed someone be murdered, and then her handler told her, if you tell anybody, if you talk to anybody, you're going to be in the same place they are. And she said she went to school every day, and she said that teachers, like, they could tell that something was wrong with her, they could tell that something was off, but she said nobody ever asked. No teacher ever asked the question if anything was going on, if she needed help with anything. And she was afraid to talk, but she would have been willing had someone asked. had she thought that someone cared enough to ask the question, take the time to dig deep and to see what's going on with her. Why is she different? Why is she quiet? Why is she withdrawn? So that's things that we can look at. And I was telling Celena the other day when we were talking about it, you know, that they're here in school. It maybe not by the handfuls, but they're in school, and their handlers are at home. And talking about the importance of, you know, bringing it to our local communities. You guys have brought it to your local community on a national stage. And, but we have a responsibility through watching you guys and what you did to help to bring it to our local communities on a smaller level and making people more aware. And I just want to say that I don't know if you'll be able to put it on there or not, Celena, but we can put it on later. The National Human Trafficking Hotline number is 1-888-373-7888. And, you know, if you see someone who's afraid to talk, who seems withdrawn, or an adult who is always answering the question for the child or the teenager, and in a lot of cases, most cases, it's a teenager. You know, these girls who are on social media posting pictures, they're ripe for the taking when it comes to human trafficking. And so, but most of the time the handlers will answer the questions for them. So there are signs that, you know, we can look for to pique, you know, to pique our minds, to be like, wait, you know, is something not right here, something not kosher, and then be willing to dig a little deeper to ask the questions that need to be asked. Because, you know, it's a shame. That girl, she was a teenager, and she was stuck in the human trafficking for about 5 years. But if one of her teachers might have asked the question, she might have been saved sooner. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. You hear me, C?
I did. I had put myself on mute while I was over here working the trying to just get the information out. Can you verify if the number on the screen is correct for me?
888-373-7888. Yes, that is the human trafficking hotline.
Okay. Ooh, what did I just do? Oh, thank you, AJ. She also put some information, the human trafficking hotline, and the advocates are available 24/7 to take reports on potential human trafficking. And then there's also a text the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 233-733. She has in the comments. So that's what I was reading. So yes, you all are, thank you, Wendy, for that information. I appreciate it. But I want to go back to Brandon for just a minute and just ask him, how has his life changed since all of this has happened?
Oh, it's just been amazing. It's been amazing. Never felt this way before. Like it really feel good to see we have the community back together, because we have a lot of violence here where I'm from, and just to see everybody get back together, that's really nice.
And, you know, it takes things like this sometimes to bring us back together. And we're thankful that the little girl is safe. But at the same time, your community is coming together and showing love. This is what it's all about. You know, it's the division, no, negative. It's the coming together, the unity, working together, and just them expressing the love and the appreciation that they have for you two now for paying attention. You, like Wendy said, you all are on a national level at this point and can really make a difference, because I tell you what, it's so close to home We got the Amber Alert. Louisiana is just like right there. I can throw a rock and we're in Louisiana. So he could have very easily came here, but as she said, we would have looked at it and thought, oh, that's over there, probably never see it. But now you two have made a tremendous difference. Like, our thought process is going to be different. Our actions will be different because of the two of you. The next Amber Alert I get, guess what? I'm going to be hypersensitive because we all should be vigilant. Vigilant? Did I say that right?
Vigilant.
Vigilant. What did I say? I feel like I said that all wrong. I was making up a new name, a new word. Vigilant. We should all be that at all times, you know, even when there's no Amber Alert, paying attention to the signs that the children are giving off. Not just our children, but the children that we come in contact with, because there are signs. They're withdrawn, they're quiet, probably really nervous acting because they've been in those situations. They've been exposed to things that children should not be exposed to. So I just, like I said, I'm so thankful for the two of you. And I can only imagine what your life looks like now because of all of this. But just enjoy it because you two deserve it. Because I saw that picture with you and the little girl, and I would love to reach out to her and her family and just, you know, connect with them. So if you all are able to help me with that, that would be amazing.
You know, I wanted to say, with everything, and this is something that I've talked about with other people just in the, you know, sex trafficking awareness groups over the last, you know, probably year, because so much is coming out. You know, I don't know if y'all know, I mean, so many people have stepped down because they've been caught in pedophilia, you know, with child pornography at the high levels of corporations, you know, stepping down. So this is a nationwide thing. This is a worldwide thing that's going on.
Worldwide.
But when there's been, you know, so much division in the nation and everything lately, we can all agree that there's something that'll bring everybody together, and that is, you do not touch children. Do not touch children. Because you want to talk about bring people together, we will come together and fight for these babies, and we'll come together and fight for these children, you know, because that is something very near and dear to God's heart as well. Don't touch his children. Don't do it. You know, he doesn't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly. And one thing that this conversation made me aware of with this guy, that he didn't register for 6 years, you know, that's something for me to be able to advocate for. And when there's someone who's been in jail for this and they've spent time, you got someone who spent 6 years in prison, they don't need to be let out without at least an ankle bracelet. You need to know where they are.
At
If
all
they're
times.
not willing to register, we need to know where they are.
At all
So
times.
there's no excuse for it. Yeah, there's no excuse. It fell through the cracks and it shouldn't, because this is lives of innocent children and young women and even boys that, you know, are affected. You know, this isn't just a girl thing. It happens to young men too. So anyway, y'all's awareness has been awesome, and I know the feeling a little bit, not on the scale that y'all do, about being a part of something much bigger than yourself. And I know that's something y'all are feeling right now and experiencing. And for such a time as this, God had y'all in that position.
At the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something, Dion? It looked like you were going to say something.
No, just she said.
We can't hear.
Oh, you can hear me now?
You sound muffled or something.
Yeah, because I can barely hear y'all. I don't know if my connection is going out or what. But she said it perfectly. You should have like ankle bracelets when they get out of jail or whatever to monitor, you know, if the situation doesn't happen, you know, because that was like basically too long for a person just to be walking out here not registered, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, what if this little girl wasn't the only one?
Exactly.
She probably wasn't the only one. You know?
Yeah. Dion, did your phone or something happen to ring, or did you get a text message during the call?
Yeah, I got a phone call from Steve Wilco.
Okay. Can you go out and come back in, and I think that'll probably clear it up.
Okay, so leave.
Yeah, and just pop back in, and I'll let you right back in.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, because we want to hear what you got to say. I think it does do that. If you're on the phone, it kind of disrupts it. Wendy, did you have any last words or anything that you wanted to share? Because I know everybody's booed up right now, and so, because it's Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, there's hours
No,
of
man.
stuff I could talk about, but
Look, this is something that we had that's necessary, so it doesn't matter. Bring your boo on, and let's have a conversation about this. These heroes saving this girl from someone who should have been registered. That's what this is about. Okay,
yeah.
go ahead, baby girl. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's it. I'm just, I mean, one thing, I'm just thankful to be able to talk to Brandon and Dion because, you know, I just feel like they're our heroes today, and the awareness that it's brought to me as far as other things, and making me more I don't know what's the right word, more determined to bring it to my own community on a bigger scale. Inspiring. It's been
Very
inspiring.
inspiring. So I'm putting a message up. If you all have any questions for Brandon, Dion, or Wendy, please put them in the chat. I'm going to go to the questions right now. I did see a lot of comments. Thank you all for being interactive. I do apologize that I didn't go to the comments throughout the conversation, but I really didn't want to interrupt them sharing their experience with saving this little girl's life. Did you all want to say anything before I went to the comments?
No, ma'am.
Dion?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go over to the comments for just a moment. Make sure that you all see the Cash App at the bottom, write the Cash App down, deposit in the Cash App. There's also a GoFundMe that I have pinned. We want to continue to celebrate. We're quick to talk about it if someone goes out and commits a murder, and we want to do all sorts of things. But what if someone goes out and saves a life? What are we going to do then? And this needs to be celebrated. We need to recognize them, and they have been. Oh my God, you pull up their name and you're going to see that they are being recognized. But from this broadcast, I want us to be a blessing. And so I know that a lot of people may not be able to catch it live, but if you're catching the replay, please make a donation out of love toward them to say, I appreciate you for taking action, for saving that little girl's life, because it could have been my daughter. It could have been my niece. It could have been my sister, my relative, but they did it, and we want to celebrate them. And so please make a donation through the Cash App or the GoFundMe so that we can be a blessing. We can be a blessing to them. All right, so let's go to the comments. Let's see. What do we have? I know y'all have just been talking over here. Somebody need to donate me some glasses, because I have to look down and up and over. Miss Dorothy says, hey. Francis is watching from Texas. Hey, Francis, that's my sister. Thank you for logging on. Always Aletha. She is just faithful. I just love her. Thank you, Aletha. She says thank you to you, Dion and Brandon. Francis again says thank you. Sharon signed in from Columbus. Hey, Sharon. She's also faithful. I think that's Francis.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it?
Let's see. I'm not even talking to Siri. Had I been talking to Siri, she would not have responded. I think that's Francis tagging someone. Keisha says that you all are awesome. Francis said the same thing. You guys are the best. Woo, woo.
That's right.
Yes, we are. Angela says hello. Sharon says hello, Brandon and Dion. Miss Karen says hello, everyone. Kudos to the heroes for saving one more child. Deidre, thank you, Deidre. She says thank you to Brandon and God bless y'all. Miss Dorothy says God bless you as well. My question, okay, we have a question from Monica. Thank you, Monica. My question is, what? Do y'all know who she's talking about? What did the white lady in her? I might need to read the comment before I throw it up in the window because I don't understand that, Monica.
Read it.
Do y'all have a clue?
I'm lost.
I don't know.
Y'all don't know?
I mean, I don't think she's referring to me because I don't have a husband. So
My question is, what do the? I don't know. So we're gonna keep it moving. Miss Francis said exactly, Dion. He was on drugs. So yeah, you said that he was just loaded with some type of a drug and wasn't even aware to what he was doing. So he actually got her Saturday evening. Is that the time frame that she came up missing? And you all found her Monday morning, correct?
Something like that. It was basically Sunday, like right before Super Bowl. That's what I kind of heard, like Sunday, like pretty much 10 a.m. Sunday morning.
And you found her Monday morning?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say I don't know this guy, but the fact that he was already in prison for it, and the fact that he had her for a couple of days, kind of
a day.
The fact. I'm sorry.
A day. Let's keep it.
Was it from Saturday night or Sunday?
I think it was Sunday.
From Sunday?
Yeah.
But overnight?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. I know people on drugs. He knew what he was doing. Drugs isn't an excuse. Drugs will make you do things you might not ordinarily do, but he had a history. Now we know he had a history.
Yes.
So we won't let drugs give him the way out. So he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, but he just act like he was so confused as to why he was being taken away by the authorities. And I'm thinking, did he really say, what are you doing and why are you doing this? But, you know, he knew what he was doing at the time that he did it. And then he went, I guess, and I don't know. No, that is not an excuse for sure.
Nah, nobody gets a pass.
No, you don't get a pass. So Francis says he was coming off those drugs, and I'm glad that she was no longer in his possession.
Yes.
Francis says, poor baby.
I know.
God bless. Your child, your niece, your relative. That's true.
Yep.
Dion's so intelligent. You and Dion. 6 years. Yes. Like I said, these are some that were going on the comments during the presentation, but I don't want to miss anyone. The court system failed, but you guys prevailed. I like the way that sounds. Y'all need to use that. The court system failed, but we prevailed. Thank you, Christy Jones. Thank you. She says, great job, Celena. I'm glad you all were there in the right place at the right time. Yes, Shonda, you are so correct. Thank you, Miss Francis. She said, great job, Celena. I love you. I don't even know who Miss Francis is, but I love you too, because she is all in the comments. A minor mess. Proud of you guys. May God forever bless and keep you. Sharon says sex trafficking is real and can happen anywhere in a small town or a big city.
Everywhere. Yep.
There's the GoFundMe that I posted. And AJ, she put all the information about the National Human Trafficking Hotline and also where you can reach them through the text message. So be sure to write these numbers down. The GoFundMe is right here, also pinned in the message, so you can always go back and get it. And then there's the information for the National Human Trafficking Hotline. So Sharon says, overnight was too long. He knew what he was doing. He wanted the police to think he didn't know.
That's right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Sharon, for that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Cherie says, I was in tears because I have a granddaughter. I know it gives me chills every time I talk about this situation. And now to know that we are connected. Brandon and Dion, we're like connected now. So you're part of the Conversations with Celena family. Just know that we're family now. So it does bring chills to me and tears of joy now that she's safe.
Yeah.
So we have a question. What was your immediate response when you got her to safety? Dion or Brandon? There's a question for you.
Thank God.
We can't. Dion, we still having a problem with your microphone.
I had another phone call came through.
You just a popular man.
Just a blessed man.
Just a blessed popular man. So see if you could just speak up a little bit. Maybe we can hear you.
Okay. I was just blessed, that she actually was safe, and the guy was in custody, basically.
Okay, he says that he was blessed that she was safe and that the guy was in custody. Is that correct, Dion? That's what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I hate that it keeps going out, but that's what happens when we're on the cell phone. All right. So AJ, I hope that answered your question. That their response was relief that she was now safe. So Cherie says dinner on me, guys. So y'all have another dinner. What y'all want? I like seafood. Is that for me too? She said, guys, what about me? I like to eat too. So that's awesome. She said dinner on her. Angela says, great job, Celena. Yes, you are our heroes. Oh, Sharon says, beautiful smile, Dion. She can't hear you, but she can see you. Let's see. AJ says, we need more good citizens like you, Brandon and Dion, on the lookout for our communities because everyone's on their cell phones looking down. And that is the truth. That is really. Is that? Okay. So that's the truth. We're always looking down at our cell phones and so quick to miss something that we would have been able to help or assist in because we're not paying attention. So those were all really good comments and questions. Oh, let's see what she said. We will do a girls' day, Celena. I will take that. Y'all know I got to say something. It's just in my nature. Got to say something. So do y'all need me to post anything else up for you while we have this platform open? We have the Cash App going across the bottom of the screen. We have the GoFundMe in the pin to the chat. Do we need to say anything else? I have the human trafficking. That's also in the comments because AJ put that out there for us.
Oh, man.
Y'all done been on so many platforms. Is there anything that you missed that you just want to say that's burning inside of you that I need to get this out? What do you want to tell the public about this particular, just a nugget the takeaway. What do you want us to take away from this? If we don't get anything else from this broadcast, what is your takeaway? Because you've had many, many interviews. Hopefully this has been a good one, but I don't consider this an interview. We're having a conversation. So that's different. We're going to be different over here. So based on all of the interviews, the conversations, the newspaper articles, what is the one takeaway that you want for the listeners to get?
Basically, if you see something, say something. Just don't go about your daily lives, not doing anything.
See something, say something. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, I'm typing it. I might need to type a little faster, huh? If you see something, say something, do something. So Dion is the one that saw the vehicle initially. So these are his words of wisdom to the viewers, the listeners, and the doers. We're going to be doers. We're going to be active. We're going to be vigilant. So if you see something, say something. So how are you going to do that? You're going to put your phones down. You're going to be aware, even without an Amber Alert. We don't need, this is our Amber Alert right here, right now, because you don't want to get me stirred up. But this whole platform is based around awareness. I want to bring awareness to children, women, boys, men, whoever it is that has been abused. That needs to end. Stop completely. The sweeping underneath the rug needs to stop completely. So you see my nose starting to flare up because this is what I'm passionate about. So not just the Amber Alert. We need to pay attention, put the phones down, turn the Facebook off, turn the YouTube off so that we can pay attention to our children because they give you signs when things are happening. Don't leave them with anybody. Don't let them go out and play for hours on end without checking on them. You need to be watching to see what's going on with your children. And I don't care if they're a family member. It doesn't mean that that is a safe space for your child. So if you see something, you say something and you do something, not protect the family name, protect that child, boy, girl, protect that older woman, that elderly woman. Because I've had elderly people call me and tell me that they're being abused. So it's not just a small group of people. I'm talking about worldwide. This is what we need to do. Nationwide, this is what we need to do. Community-wide, this is what we need to do. Pay attention. We have really become oblivious to what is going on around us, living in a little bubble. Our life is okay, so I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to get involved. That ain't none of my business because I ain't the one to gossip. Well, some things needs to be talked about where a difference can be made. So I love his nugget that he's leaving with us. If you see something, do something. Don't be a part of this. We've all been hurt before. Hurt people, but that doesn't mean that it needs to go on for generation to generation to generation. It needs to stop with this one right now. Okay. All right. So I'm so sorry for that. But Lord knows I got worked up, Dion. They be like, girl, are you a preacher over there? Negative. No, I'm not. But let's see. We got a couple comments before I go to Brandon. So Brandon, have your answer ready for me. Let's see. I got to see where I stopped off. Oh, she says she don't see the Cash App. It's running down at the bottom of the screen, Xanthia. You see it? Look at the bottom of the screen. It should be running down at the bottom, but if not, I will send it. I'll put it in a response to you. Cynthia says, great job, Dion and Brandon, America's heroes. Sharon says, Dion, drink some warm tea. Sounds like you're losing your voice. It's the actual software. If you're on your cell phone and you get a call, sometimes it knocks you out. Oh, Sheree answered it. Okay, thank you, girl. Y'all working it out over here. See something, say something. That's exactly right. All heroes don't wear capes. That's what I put in my subject. Francis says, okay, Celena Thomas, pay attention. I am. I'm trying. See, say, and do. Thank you, Angela. Yes, they do give signs. Speak business, BFF. Girl, you heard me over here. I get, baby, don't talk about abuse because it gets me worked up. And this right here was about to be another case.
Right.
And I'm so thankful to y'all. I'm so thankful. You should be celebrated. Yes, oh, Lord. Yes, I was attacked in Slidell at a store. He tried to put me in a trunk, and a man saw him, but I was able to get my gun. Girl,
Yes, indeed.
Lord.
You don't need to be packing heat.
Did y'all see that comment? Okay, let me read it for the people in the back. She says, yes, I was attacked in Slidell at a store. The man tried to put her in a trunk, and someone else saw, but I was able to get to my gun.
Carry a gun, carry mace, carry something.
Carry something. And on my keychain, I got hand sanitizer. I need to put something else on my keychain other than the sanitizer. That's all I got. Give me something, Wendy. Get your girl something. So Jalecia said, I agree. Hurt people hurt people. Okay, very good. I'm glad you see the Cash App. Thank you. So AJ says, I know it was advantageous, scary and brave at the same time. Be there. Thanks for y'all. Impact. Able. Wait. I don't know, AJ. Scary and brave at the same time. Thank y'all for being able to make a good impact. Samaritanship. See something, say something. AJ must have been typing kind of fast. Celena, I was saying people need to pay attention, baby. You on it, and you are wonderful. Oh, thank you, Miss Francis. Do y'all know Miss Francis? Dion, do you know Miss Francis? Brandon, do you know Miss Francis?
No, man.
Y'all have friends all over the world now that you're not even gonna be able to know. So again, y'all know me, and I know y'all. Woo, woo. I know some American heroes, y'all. She says it was on Gauls Boulevard. He was in the broad day. I mean, that is a busy place. How in the world are you going to attack somebody like that? But again, those drugs have them like, they know they're doing wrong, but you ain't even paying attention that you in broad daylight on Gauls Boulevard, like one of the busiest streets in Slidell.
Yeah, they don't even have to be on drugs. Sex trafficking is an industry. People are paid to pick up people so they can bring them back and trick them out over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, my girls will tell me, you know, that they've been here since they were like 4 or 5 years old. You know, all the kids came to my house because my kids weren't allowed to go anywhere. So, and I knew what was playing on my television, and I knew what kids was doing in my backyard. Okay. But I tell my girls all the time, even, you know, for my grandson, keep your eyes on these kids. Do not take your eyes off of them for a second. In the store, in the parking lot, when you're walking across the parking lot, you better hold your child's hand because you don't know who's following you through the store. You know, I had an incident when I was living in Florida and a guy followed me through the store. But because I was already at that time following, you know, and researching sex trafficking and stuff, I knew the words that they would say. And he started talking to me after about 40 minutes of following me from one side of the store to the other. Once he ended up in like the same place as me for the third time, I was like, okay, this is not a coincidence anymore. And then he started talking to me and was on the phone at the same time. And one of the things that he was saying to me, and this is something to be aware of, he was complimenting me on my sundress, on the dress that I had on. But he was on the phone. Well, I knew that that's one thing that they will do. They'll be on the phone and they're complimenting the victim to let the other person know this is what this person's wearing. When you see them walk out, this is the one you get. Okay. So I knew that. I went to the security guard at Walmart and I called my friend Lisa and I said, look, this is what's happening. I need you to stay on the phone with me until I get in my vehicle. Security guard walked me out. Lisa was on the phone with me the whole time, but I was afraid to even go jog or walk or any, like, I didn't even go out and jog anymore after that. It just terrified me that it was like, I'm aware of this. And then it almost, this guy was trying to pick me up. And so, but they get paid to do this. That guy wasn't on drugs. He just was trying to set me up and let his friend know this is what she looks like. This is how old she is. This is what to look for when you see her. Meet her at her car, whatever. Mm-hmm. But if I would, he could do that to someone, people who don't know what's going on, what these things mean, and people get picked up.
Well, that's good information because I didn't know that that's how that worked. And again, this is about sharing the information and the knowledge that we have to bring awareness. And it's not just on drugs, like you said, but there are situations that they could be on drugs or they could just be in the sex trafficking or they're just abusers, or rapists or whatever. They're doing that. Somebody busy over there. So Miss Dorothy has a question. Says, Wendy, what's the chances of getting a law passed to have sex offenders alert? We need to make this happen.
We do need to make it happen. Today, on Sunday, I don't know what the chances are of getting that law passed, but I will be working on getting that law passed. This actually brought awareness to me about that. And that's what this is about. Making awareness, bringing awareness to other things. So that's definitely something I'm going to be looking into and advocating for because it needs to happen. He never should have gone 6 years undetected, ever. It should never happen. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And there needs to be accountability. Needs to be accountability in the law to the people who aren't following up. And if you can't follow up because people move away, I get that. They get out of prison. I don't care about their feelings. I don't care if they did 6 years in prison. I don't care if it hurts your feelings that you got to wear an ankle bracelet. We have no guarantee you're going to register like you say you're going to. So we're going to register you by your ankle. That's how that's going to roll. And that's how that needs to be.
Mm-hmm. So Sheree says she's trained to kill.
Good.
She said, that's true, Wendy. That's also from Cherie. Angela says they're kidnapping boys and girls. Please pay attention. Yep. Sharon says, if you have Netflix, please watch I Am Jane Doe. It's a documentary on trafficking. Thank you for that information, Sharon. Let's start a petition. I'm on board to help. That's what Dorothy says. Awesome. All right, Brandon, it's your turn. What's your nugget that you want us to take away so I can type it and put it in big, bold, red letters? White letters. Red bubble.
Hold on, I'm breaking up. Hold on a second, my phone breaking up. Yes, ma'am. Now, can you repeat that?
I was saying, Dion gave us his takeaway nugget. You give us your takeaway nugget. What do you want the people? You've been on so many different platforms, and thank you again for conversations with Celena. But because of this, what do you want us to take away? Your viewers today, our audience. What's the golden nugget?
Watch your surroundings at all time. You never know what you'll miss.
Watch your surroundings at all times. And I have become very comfortable, I guess, in the town that I grew up in. And so I don't really pay that much attention. But But that's not going to happen anymore. I'm going to be looking around and paying attention. We can start that, sometimes we get away from it if we've lived somewhere for a very long time. We just get too complacent, and we don't need to be in that place. We need to pay attention. So thank you for that golden nugget. Let's see. We have is it a question? The fact that some think sex trafficking / kidnapping happens only in big cities or states when it happens right here in our small town. Be aware. Thank you, Jalecia, for that comment. That's true. Children go missing from everywhere.
Yep.
And sometimes never to be seen again. So I know that family is completely loving y'all. Y'all are like a part of their family now. And Cherie says the same thing. Small town or big city, you should pay attention. Well, that's awesome. Thank y'all all for the comments. This has been a very good conversation with you all. I just so much appreciate the fact that, again, that you came on here. I know I keep saying it over and over, but you just have no idea how honored I am to be connected to you guys right now and addressing this situation, bringing awareness to it. Because like I said, I'm so passionate about the abuse. I'm passionate about the children, and that's my voice. I'm the advocate for them, because children are intimidated, easily intimidated, some of them. They're quiet. They don't know how, because I didn't. They don't know how to speak out because I didn't. So now if I see a child or know something is going on, I'm going to be their voice. I'm going to be their voice. So thank you all for stepping up and being the heroes for us today, because that's how I advertise this episode, as you all get to meet the heroes that saved the 10-year-old girl. And what is her name?
Can you tell her name?
Her name is in the paper. I just want to make sure I pronounce it correctly. Mm-hmm. It's like Jaleesa or Jalecia. Let me see. Hold on. Say it one more time, Brandon.
Jaleesa.
I thought that's how it was, but I didn't.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Jaleesa.
Well, y'all let her family know that we're praying for them. We're praying for her, and we're praying for the family, and for continued unity in your community.
Yes. Wendy, did you have a golden nugget? Did I ask you your golden nugget, baby girl?
You didn't ask me my golden nugget. My golden nugget would be make it your business. Make it your business. Everybody's too busy saying, "Oh, that's not my business." You know, make it your business to get involved if you see something, if you hear something, you notice things that aren't right with someone, with somebody, a kid in the neighborhood, a kid at church, something. When you notice something's not right, when you feel it, make it your business to ask the question. Just like that girl that was saying in the interview I was talking about. She said that she was too afraid to speak because she was told if she spoke, she would be in the same place as the person that she witnessed murdered. But had her teacher asked her questions, she would have answered them. So make it our business.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So that's what we're going to put on our signs when we start getting this petition ready, is make it your business. Dorothy already probably has something. She's so creative too. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I do appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed you all. We did work through our technical difficulties, but they're going to happen. I don't let them get me too discouraged. So thank you for being persistent and logging right back on. If you had to get off and get back on. So thank you. If it's anything that we can do for you, you have my number. Let us know. Okay. And I'm going to continue to push your Cash App and your GoFundMe well beyond this particular interview. So just know that we are rooting for you. We appreciate you, and we salute you for doing such a great job.
Ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you so much, my brothers.
Thank you.
Day, and we are done for today. We have one more question. I'm sorry, I was just about to say keep it smiling, sunshine. AJ says, once you open the door into the adult world to a child and you abuse them, their innocence has been taken away from them. Children have a difficult time just being children these days. Bet you said a mouthful.
That's right.
That is the truth. That is the truth. So thank you all for the comments. Thank the audience. Continue to share this video so that people can hear exactly what happened during this rescue, what prompted Dion and Brandon to take action, how they took action, and the end result. So his gut feeling, he recognized it. He backed that truck up, and Brandon recognized the guy, called 911. Baby girl was rescued. That is it all summed up. Did I get it right, Dion?
Yes, ma'am.
Summed up.
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
what happened. So please continue to share this so we can bring awareness. I know it has brought awareness to me. Wendy says she's going to go about her day differently. I'm sure the two of you, your days will never be the same, but it has definitely brought awareness to us to pay attention. Make it your business. If you see something, say something. These are the golden nuggets that we're leaving you with. So I just encourage you to live by these words, even for your own safety. Wendy has even given us a tip that I had no clue of. So be sure to share it. And please hit these cash apps that's at the bottom and the GoFundMe so that we can show these young men how much we appreciate them and their heroic act. And that's it for today's conversations with Celena. And you keep it smiling, sunshine.
Bye, guys.
Okay.